Welcome back to the His and Hers podcast, episode 55, I believe. I don't know. I'm not going to lie. I don't even keep track.
I don't know what that's
We don't
playing.
even know. We don't even have headphones in. We can't
sorry.
even. That's why we need to get this podcast up and running so we can afford to hire somebody to run the boards. That's what we need to do. Okay. Here we are, beautiful Sunday, sunny, nice. Our grass is looking green as hell.
Does that mean that it's still playing?
That means I'm old. Yeah, but like the way that it's.
Oh, okay, cool.
It tracks it all out, so it doesn't matter. I can just take it out.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah, so don't even worry about it. I'll fix it.
Beautiful day today. That's what he was saying. Sorry.
Just let me run the board, okay? I'm the tech guy.
Oh my god. Apparently
Stay in your lane.
I don't even know what these buttons are.
Stay in
then
your
which
lane.
one was it?
This one?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Because I didn't label them, okay?
Yeah, proceed.
I just assigned it to memory, only for me to know.
Obviously not.
That's why if I ever had like a treasure somewhere and I died, nobody would ever find it because it would just be in my mind. Because I'm really bad at writing.
Bro, no, you would
down.
try to write it down and nobody would be able to decipher
be able to follow it. I write worse than a doctor. People, I don't know. I heard somewhere that if your handwriting is very bad, that means you're very intelligent.
Well, my handwriting is bad. I have really ugly.
Beautiful.
You know what?
You have the most beautiful handwriting I've ever seen.
That's
you
a
may
lie.
be the most penmanshipy person I've ever met in my life.
Whole lie. Why are you fibbing? Because you know what? I'm gonna be real. I was cleaning off my desk the other day, and I mean like going through all the papers and stuff.
Yeah.
And of course, I find an old birthday card that I gave you because you don't care and you don't keep them, you don't love me. But I wrote in there the sweetest note. It went in the trash, by the way. And my handwriting was so ugly.
No, it's not.
It was so. I was like, what 4-year-old wrote this? I hate my handwriting. My mom has beautiful handwriting.
Remember like on that SpongeBob episode where he's writing his essay and he's like writing forever, but then it's just the word "the" like all like I don't know what you call that, like calligraphy.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
Looks like it was from like some sort of like book,
Solid.
like Knight's spell book from like the Renaissance or something.
That's definitely not me.
That's how it is when you write. Cause I'm like, how long did it take you to write this?
I will
like,
post a picture of my ugly ass
the
handwriting.
most steady hand I've ever seen. You could be a surgeon. You got the steady hand.
So you're saying that you have the handwriting of a doctor, Dr. David?
I do.
Oh.
I don't have any of
You know what you do?
qualities.
Doctors always have terrible handwriting.
You should see, like, whenever I sign for things, like, at, like, a restaurant or, like, just wherever, it's just, like, literally just, like, not even, like, a squiggly line. It's just, like, an N, like an upside-down U, basically.
He just does that. Like, in their face, too, and they're like, thanks.
Oh, God. Do you care? Like, it's not going to be, like, invalid.
I thought signatures were supposed to be, like, special. That's why it's called a signature.
Oh, my actual signature? So fucking tight. But
yeah,
it is. But all I did was I used to be really good at forging my dad's signature because I used to have to do it. Like, so, you know, on last episode, we were talking about when I got suspended from school. Well, one of those times I got suspended, my parents never found out because I was able to forge my dad's signature on the referral. And I had in-school suspension, so I just went to school like it was a normal day, and they never found out because I was able to forge my dad's signature.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm calling your dad.
So basically, my signature is my dad's signature, except way better.
How you gonna sit up here and say that you have terrible handwriting, but you got away with your parents' signature?
Yeah. But keep in mind, at that time, I was really into drawing, so I was really good at drawing. And my dad's signature is easy to do. You know
what's crazy? I actually tried that. My handwriting was so bad that I got caught immediately. My teacher was like, "This is definite, 100% not your mom." And I was like,
my dad has shitty handwriting too, though.
He writes a lot like you.
Yeah, his handwriting's dog shit. I'm like, what is this? I hate reading his handwriting. Actually, I take that back. His handwriting is a little bit better than mine, I think.
I haven't seen it in a good minute.
Because he used to like be drawing and like writing a bunch of stuff, or like because he's like just can't sit still, so he's always like trying to remodel something.
Dude, his dad will be working from sun up to sun down. They have a cabin in Wyoming, and he builds out there all the time. And I mean, we wake up and we wake up pretty early, but his dad has been up for 14 hours already and is in the middle of building a dock. It just showed up out of nowhere.
Yeah,
You're like,
I wake up. I'm like, what are you doing? Because I already went skiing. It's already filled out a
That's
crossword.
exactly how it is, bro. Like, he'll be on his own.
Yeah.
I'm like, Dave, can you sit down somewhere?
I'm like, a crossword? You don't know how to spell?
It's actually like really, he's a pretty like influential person like that.
Yeah.
Where you go there and you're like, damn, I'm not doing enough.
He's one of the hardest working guys, man. I don't get it.
Yeah. Where I'm like, dang, we have the same 24 hours as your dad.
I guess that's why he's where he is and I'm where I'm at.
Bro, whatever. Like, we'll go over there and it hasn't even been that much time.
Trying to be a comedian.
And he's like, hey, let me show you the new shed. Or let me show you the new, what did he have? It wasn't a dog run. It was
I don't know.
when your sister was it when she was playing baseball? And he made her like a whole softball
Did he?
thing. Yeah. See, and then we went back over there. They have a whole ass pool in ground with a slide. And I was like, where? How? What?
Oh, yeah. Well, he didn't like dig the pool out himself.
But you know who's like that too? Is your sister.
Felicity?
Her backyard has changed 14,000 times, and it gets better every single time. But she always has a project.
I'm like, eh.
Her and your brother-in-law. I mean, our brother-in-law.
I'm like, I don't know, man. That's
My
a lot of
brother-in-law.
work. Hey, kudos. Hey, yeah, no, that's how I look at it. I'm like, that's what makes them happy. So,
But not you,
not me. No, if you're like, my idea of a good time is not like, do you want to go
I have
rearrange
like
the
shelves
landscape?
that are sitting there. Like, he don't like putting shit up.
Hell
If
no.
I ask him to hang up curtains, oh my God, we about to divorce.
Yeah, but why? Because you want to change curtains like every fucking 3 weeks.
Bobby, they had terrible dusty curtains in this house when we first got here. I just wanted regular curtains.
That was like 75 sets of curtains.
And also, if you think that we should have the same curtains for years and years and years, like
Why not?
that's insane.
I don't care.
I think
just
that
one curtain. We're good. We don't need to do any more. That's enough curtains. People can't see in our
it's
house.
not my
It's
fault that these
effective.
windows are absolutely humongous. These aren't even like regular windows. Is this a regular window size?
It's fine.
What do you expect? And then I gotta get the spot. What?
I like
You
it.
wanted a big, nice house, and it has big, nice windows, and it needs big, nice curtains.
Okay, just fine. Just get a curtain. We just leave it there.
And there is no one curtain, David. You
There
have
should
panels.
be. Okay, so we got the
You
panels.
know all about panels.
Yeah, I know.
He will not
I'm
like.
great at panels.
Oh my
by the
God!
way.
And then it was. So,
I make beautiful panels, by the way. They are.
Let me tell you something.
They look like a rib cage of, like, a robot. Like if a robot had a rib cage, that's what it looks like. The way that I lay out make up my panels. I'm an artist. That's what I am. I do that all day. Just listen to some music. Just do that. And it's just
like that.
Rib cage is. It's very feminine and just
Wow.
sexy.
Wow. You be getting turned on at work?
That's what I do. I'm like,
Ooh,
then I
smack that ass.
play with the breakers. Yeah. Flick them on and off.
That's the funniest shit I've ever heard in my life. Okay, well, hey, I saw on TikTok. I tried this. It didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
But you remember the TikTok that I sent you where the
Which
girls.
Send me like 1,000.
So do you. And they're all sports related.
So
but
I don't even go on TikTok. Like Nikki will send me a TikTok, then before I know it, I'm like on there for like 2 hours. I'm like, what the fuck
time
just
is on
happened?
crack with TikTok.
Like what?
But there was this video of this. It's like the wife, call for help. All you have to do is grab a drill and start banging on shit and have his drill go off and he be running. Girl, you think this worked? I had some Amazon things that like go on the wall in the bathroom. They were sitting there for, I'm not even going front. It was like over a month for sure. And I brought the tool upstairs. It was sitting on the bathtub.
What tool?
Forever. The drill. I had to go get nothing when I
drill?
finally, and I put all them things together.
He
didn't come up not once.
They look great. I was like, wow.
And I go downstairs and he goes, what were you doing? And I'm like,
I was like,
how do you know?
I was like, this is pretty good. And it's pretty good. He laid it out. It's all spaced evenly. I was very proud. I was like, wow, I taught you well. That was good. Yeah.
I think most men, babe, they're like, babe, let me do it.
I will say this. You're definitely the sexiest apprentice I've ever had. Yeah, for sure.
I'm your apprentice. I didn't sign up for this.
Well, here we are.
It didn't work.
Nobody
That's the
signs
point.
up.
Y'all should try it on your mans. Like, just run his drill real fast and see. It may or may not work. Everybody in the comments was like, oh, my God, it worked. I was like, not me, guys.
Not me. I'm like, you did a good job. Very proud of you.
So high five.
Yeah.
Now you can do it downstairs.
I was like, I got some other things for you to hang up.
Oh, but you know what worked? The fact that there are apps for everything, right? Like these days, you know? And I'm sorry, are you busy?
Yeah.
Who's texting you?
Nobody's
I'm just
texting.
kidding. There's an app for everything. And I was like, I kept telling him, girl, change out the light bulbs or just like hang this up. It'll stay there forever. We all know this. So I was like, you know what? I'm tired of being a victim. Okay. I'm going to get on this app and I'm going to order a handyman to come over and just do all of this. As soon as I said it, he came inside so pissed. He was out there with the kids, like running. They were running around. And I yelled out the window and I was like, hey, babe, I'm getting a handyman. I just want to let you know. And he came in. So he was like, what did you say to me? And I was like, a handyman. He was like, ain't no man going to be up in here doing working on my house, girl. He got the light bulbs. He went and replaced them. That worked. That worked like a charm. So if the drill doesn't work, then say that you're going to get a handyman.
Yeah,
I think his name was Handyman Brian or something. I was like, and he services our area. Fantastic.
Brian, I already tell he's gonna do a shitty job. Ain't nobody.
Well,
with Brian
it's better than no
did
job.
A good job.
It's better than nothing.
Yes, it is.
No.
Bad job. No job is better than a bad job. That's what I say.
Wow.
For insurance purposes. In the long run.
You could tell you were raised by OSHA. My God.
I do be looking at everything.
You do.
Through that lens, I'm like, ooh, nah, you can't do that. But you know.
Oh, hey. Also, I wanted to talk to you because I got really freaked out the other day. I had the most insane dream. And it doesn't happen every night. But I've been kind of every, other night or whatever, I'll dream vivid, right? And again, on TikTok, they say whenever you're vividly dreaming and like you're in a dream.
It's because you've been doing peyote, so you're just having like
Hell
vision quests.
Hell yeah. I want to be Frankie from Grace and Frankie when I'm old. That's who I want to be.
Is that the hippie one?
Yeah, and she did peyote. Okay, so they tell you to ask the people in your dreams to the date and time or to ask them or to look at a clock.
Now, what does that do? Like, what is...
Apparently, time and dates and stuff can't exist in your dreams. Like, if you look at a clock, it'll, like, look weird, off, or blurry. It won't be correct. Like, I have looked at clocks before, and it'll be, like, letters sometimes or just, like, squiggles. But, like, it's not anything that you really pay attention to because, like...
life. I look at a clock, and I'm like, ugh. Like, I have a setting on my Apple Watch that's, like, an actual watch face. And sometimes it'll get switched to that, and I'm like, "What is?"
Wow.
Like,
okay, but on another note, this is how like much we jump around in our conversations. I wanted to like teach the kids how to read clocks, and I was like, "Babe, I'm gonna get them like an actual clock so that they can learn how to read it." And he was like, "Why? Just get them a digital one." And I was like, "So that they can learn how to read clocks." And he was like, "They're not gonna have to read those type of clocks."
What do you want next? A sundial? Like, what do you want them to do?
What?
Learn how to tell time. I can tell time with the sun.
You think that you can?
I can.
He's really good at telling the time with the sun.
Of the
you are a construction worker.
It's because of the native in me, you know. I can just like I can tell. I can put my ear on the ground. You know, I can.
My Theo was a painter, and he would like track the sun like that and be like, "I need to be done. I'm like in 10 minutes."
Yeah.
But you know what?
I could probably grow corn if I wanted to.
No, what?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
What'd you say?
I can probably grow corn, like if I wanted to. I'm probably really good at that.
I thought you said something.
I could probably do porn. Is how you said. I mean, maybe that too. You never know.
Absolutely not. Let's halt.
Why?
Okay, back up.
No, you could not.
So I'm.
Okay, go ahead.
No, I could not because I would drag a bitch. I'm sorry, I don't care.
Well, you don't gotta worry about that. I couldn't play in the NBA. Like, I can't dunk. You know what I'm saying?
What the?
Just kidding. I don't even know what I'm saying. I don't even know what I'm saying.
Oh, my God. You need to reel it in.
Right.
I can't believe that you think that it's not a skill to be able to read a regular clock in the hands of a clock.
Yeah, it is a skill, but not one that I possess. I mean, I can.
Clearly.
I need to take time,
No,
though.
this is why you're always late.
I got to study for it, you know? I got to be like...
You got to really dedicate some time, energy, effort.
Like, especially if it's one where it's like in Roman numerals, I'm like, Jesus.
Okay, the Roman numerals,
this is way
I
too
ain't
much.
even going for it. I don't
feel
know.
like it's that's really going like
I
next
really
step
had
is
to
like,
do a lot of research for our tattoos
Yeah.
and make sure we like double, triple check. Neither one of us really knew.
I'm still not even sure. I'm not even going to lie.
It could be any side of numbers.
I'm not even going to lie.
Yeah.
Like, what if your brother is tattooing this whole time? He's like, saying the right one. Didn't even say nothing.
Nah, he for real. He goes, here, this is it. Check it. Google it. Right before he put it on, he was like, bro, I'm not trying to fuck it up. All right. And I was like, okay. He did really good. But
So your
anyways,
dream.
my dream. Yeah. So when the with pertaining to the clock, so even if there was like a regular clock in your dreams, you wouldn't even be able to read it. So that's not even
Like
a
the one
thing.
from Big Comfy Couch.
Yeah.
Okay, go
Girl,
on.
that was my girl.
Go ahead.
So okay, I'm in this dream. It looks like I'm in a school and I'm going down these stairs, and I actually realized that I'm in a dream. And
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I'm gonna ask somebody what the date and time is, see what happens, because it's supposed to be like a way to talk to people from another realm or something, or like an alternate universe. Sometimes it could be. But
Drop story time.
Everybody's saying that you're not story time from another realm.
Story time. Fought a bitch in another dimension.
This bitch tried me in my fucking dreams. I beat her ass. Well, speaking of a girl, so I'm going down these stairs, and I realize that, and I come to the landing, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna ask whoever I see next. And I look into this room. There's like it looks like a classroom, and there are two people on the floor, and they're like about our age, maybe a little older. They look maybe like teachers.
Okay.
Guy and a girl. And they're on the floor working on something. I just remember stuff was on the floor. It looked like they were doing a project or some shit. And I went over there with the intention of asking this question. And that bitch's neck snapped so fast. And she looked up at me. The guy stopped what he was doing. He looked up at me. Yeah. But this bitch for real held my eyes. And like, I don't know why I felt instantly scared. And this bitch leaned forward. I mean, all the way leaned forward. And just like into my soul. I got so scared. I took off. I was like, never mind. And I don't need to know date time, nothing.
But if she has a dream that some girl asked me the time, she'd be like, who is this bitch in your dream? What the fuck do I need to go in your dream if I can beat this bitch's ass?
Right. Absolutely right.
Like,
absolutely
but like
right.
she sees a bitch in her dream, she's like, carry on.
I don't
Sorry
have
to
no
interrupt.
beef outside of my business, okay? I only have beef about my business. So do you vividly dream?
I don't dream at all.
You
I don't know what that
dreams?
means, but yeah, I don't.
You've never had a dream?
I mean, I've had dreams, but like they are so far and few between.
Really?
Yeah, I do not dream at all on a regular basis. It's because I just sleep, you know.
Dude, he knocks
I
out
just be chilling. Like I'm pretty much like dead. Like I'm temporarily dead every time I go to sleep.
every single time.
Yeah, I don't.
I gotta check his pulse sometimes.
That's why, like, when you're like, "Hey, man," you're like, "I'm having trouble sleeping. How do you go to sleep?" And I'm like, "I just close my eyes." You know?
That's literally what he said to me.
I don't even know how to answer that without sounding like an
sounding
asshole.
facetious.
Yeah,
that's
like
exactly
how
what
do
it
you
was
go
giving.
to sleep? I'm like, close my eyes and go to sleep. What do you mean?
You see?
The fuck? How do you not know how to go to
You ain't
sleep?
gotta put the fuck behind it. You don't have to do all
just
that.
go sleep. Just close your eyes the same way. You know, you never slept before. I don't.
Well, I'm sorry you have no dreams and aspirations.
I'm a heavy sleeper though. My mom's a heavy sleeper too. My mom was a heavy sleeper, and somebody told me that it's hereditary, and I was like, that makes sense. My mom is a heavy sleeper. She's still dead. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's still sleeping.
It took everything in me not to take that punchline, because I know it's disrespectful to comedians to do that. But I was about to be like, she took it too far.
I already told you that joke.
That was a long time ago, I think. I haven't heard it in a good minute.
Because I said it, I was at an open mic and somebody was talking. I was like, he was talking about like how he has trouble sleeping. And I was like, man, I have no trouble sleeping. I'm such a heavy sleeper. He's like, oh, I heard that's hereditary. I was like, that makes sense. My mom's dead. He was like, what the fuck? I was like, my mom was a heavy sleeper and she's still dead.
That's crazy. I love like having to deal with like things by just laughing at it. You just gotta fucking laugh through it, man.
Reminds me of that Curb Your Enthusiasm episode.
Yeah.
He's using his mom's death to get out of everything.
Everything. Yeah.
You know, my mom just died. You didn't even go to her funeral.
No, would you want to ask if you did dream? Would you want to ask that question?
The date and time?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Apparently, like, I don't know what it's supposed to do, but I'm going to tell y'all right now, it felt bad. Like, I don't think you're supposed to be meddling with your dreams like that. If any of y'all have done this and actually asked the question, let me know what happened.
Yeah, if I go in there like September 10th, 2001, I'd be like, oh, my God. The Broncos play tonight and Eddie McCaffrey's going to break his leg. Something else.
That's the wow. Wow.
It'll hit me.
You need to write that one down. Do not forget it.
I gotta record it.
Oh yeah, that's true. I forget we just talked to each other and put it on a podcast, and we're like, listen to us, guys. And it actually, it's been working out. Okay, well, I got scared. No. We're just bringing y'all into our banter and what it looks like when we talk to each other.
Yeah, that's literally it. Mm-hmm. Nah, I don't know. I mean, you know what? I have heard the idea that maybe I heard this from the Doctor Strange movie, but where like dreams are like a glimpse into an alternate reality. Mm-hmm. So maybe that's it. Well, have you ever heard of astral projection?
Yes.
Can you do
where
that?
you like go out of your body?
Do you think it's real?
I do.
You do? Mm-hmm. I tried it. I couldn't do it.
But I
just fell asleep.
I heard that like when something traumatic happens, you can astral project out of your body, or or people have said that, they were like near death and they had,
Like, do you think like if you have like an outer body experience, do you think you like float out and be like, oh, that's what people see when they?
I bet all of us would be like,
yeah,
my God.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go.
Yeah, never mind. I had to start over. No,
that body is.
What did you do?
That body is busted.
I'm not about to.
On its last wheel, that thing needs to be impounded,
dude.
forever.
Could you imagine if somebody like got into a terrible accident and like, they can see their own body? That would suck. I hope that that's not the case when you die.
I think, yeah, it's called outer body experience.
Well, can't that, I mean, that's not only for when people
And then they
die.
do the clear, and then it like shocks it back into your body. At least in the movies.
You speak as though you're a professional. That's the crazy thing.
I watch a lot of movies.
Yeah, I can tell.
A lot of cartoons.
Yeah,
and stuff,
you really retain that information.
Yeah, I did a pretty good job.
I
think for sure. Remember my cousin Ryan? He died.
Yeah, but he said literally that it was just blackness.
Yeah.
I asked him. I was like, "Do you remember?" And he was like, "It's just black." And I was like,
"To be fair, he was probably
thanks,
drunk.
Ryan. Yeah, he was probably blackout drunk.
He was so drunk he blacked out in death. Like, that's probably what happened,
dude. Yeah,
he died and went to heaven. He's like, I remember none of it.
Bro, he's the type to drink at breakfast, bro. Like he would be the first at the cabin to pop open a beer.
Yeah, he's straight up Wyoming dude. Like straight up just.
We have to force him to drink water.
Just fucking brush his teeth and like drinks like fucking Michelob.
Yeah, got a beer on the side of the sink.
PBR,
dude.
Gargles with that.
Crazy.
Yeah, nah, he's wild. He's a wild boy. Those Wyoming dudes are
wild boy.
Those dude. Have you ever seen you ever watched the show Jackass?
Yeah, I hate it.
That's pretty much just an average day for like Wyoming white dudes. Mm-hmm. I've seen it. Mm-hmm. They're crazy. Scary.
Yeah.
They're scary.
Yeah, they are. They're scary. You know why? Like, your sister sent me a video of, the girls out at the horses out there. Because, they rent horses and stuff. And they have a family friend that lives out there. And they have a bunch of boys. I mean, like 5 or 6 boys. And they're like teenagers now. And they are huge, first of all. And second of all, they are hopping on and off these horses. And I mean, they're like, they can wrangle like animals, and they be getting up at the ass crack of dawn, and their mom is like a badass. I don't think I've ever met a badass like Stephanie.
And I'm a city boy, so I'm like,
not even interested. Y'all, they have a boat out there, and I thought it was the coolest shit because I had never been on a boat before I met David, right?
Yeah, she's like, I'm on a boat.
I was so excited. And so I get on there.
She's like, I've never been on a boat. I was like, well, how did you get here?
And how dare you? I swam. No,
I was like, I thought you were a Cuban. My bad.
So I see his sister get up, and everybody's driving the boat at one point, and everybody's taking turns, and I'm like, I want to see my man drive a boat. Like, wow.
No thanks.
And they were like, Dave, you want to drive? He was like, exactly that. No thanks.
I'm good. I'm just chilling.
And I was like, hey,
I'm cool.
Do you know how to drive the boat? And he was like, nah. And I was like, why? And he was like, my sister knows how. And I was like, what?
I'm more of a boat enjoyer than a boat driver. Like I just want to be on the boat.
Right.
I don't want to drive that shit.
And he don't even like tying off the boat when we get off. All of us be running off and like tying off the boat, and there's David.
Like, you guys doing great.
Yeah, we're trying to get from the boat to the dock safely.
I never went to sailing class.
That's so funny. Well, some of your bloodline is from Wyoming, so I'm very shocked. And your dad is like super, active
family.
and stuff.
Great people. Not my bloodline though.
But like your dad also has those attributes, honey.
Well, yeah, but he wanted them. He wanted those attributes, which is fine. Like I said, different strokes for different folks. My dad he loves that shit.
So you're an enjoyer,
which works for me because then I just get to benefit from it. I don't want to do.
I'd be like all
I
up
don't want
in
to
the
do
mix.
any of the
I'm
work.
like, I learned so much about boats just within the first like time we went. I was so enthralled with everything. I was like, oh my God, this is so cool.
Like, man, I just want to be on the boat, like maybe have a drink, just chilling.
A drink.
Like looking at the scenery, you know what I'm saying?
That's the other thing. There's some wild shit happening on those boats out in Wyoming.
Yeah, I ain't trying to drive
I've seen some wild.
Plus, you know what's going to happen if, like, Wyoming Fish and Game, they see, which is like the boat police.
Yeah, I had to learn that too. I was like,
if they see me, they're like, whoop,
dude.
Like,
can we talk about how many times we've been pulled over in Wyoming on the way? And literally the cop got out.
That is scary.
And we were so fucking scared. And the cop got out.
You're in the middle of nowhere.
And yeah, in the middle of nowhere, Wyoming. And he comes up to the side of the car. And it's by the way, we're in my little Hyundai Elantra. Okay, we did not with Colorado plates. It wasn't looking good. He comes up, it's both of us, and he for real looks at David. The first question he asked David, "What you doing around these parts?" I was like, "Sir."
I was like, "Well, sir."
You did. You straight up. You were like, "Well, sir, good afternoon."
I have a family cabin out here. He's like, "Get out the car."
He was like, "Whereabouts?" And then David told him exactly where. And the guy was like, "Oh, really? You know about over there?" Because it's a very secluded place. It's like everybody knows everybody out there. Like it's very small. And you're not just going to run into it. Like this shit is like in the middle of nowhere. And he was like,
"So you're why their landscaping looks so good."
Yeah, he was like, "You doing work out there?" But speaking of, I wanted to talk about like police interactions and like if there's a difference between when I deal with police and when you have come into, police contact. Also because
that's always a good time.
It's so funny. There was this girl on TikTok and her content is her animating actual traffic stops. Okay. And like it and like people getting DUIs and it's the most hilarious shit in the world. People are really crazy and like the shit that they say to cops. And I have never had an experience where I like say crazy shit with cops. I've always been so unbelievably scared. Like,
yeah, I've never like have disrespected a cop. Not because I super respect cops, just because like I just don't want to get killed.
Right.
You know? And there's been times where I was like scared, where I was like, it felt like no matter what I said, like they were just like this one cop specifically just kept trying to like instigate me in a way where I was just like everything like, and then like if I like moved a little bit, just like I was like, what in the fuck? Like not even like reaching for anything, like just kind of like just like in the
just breathing.
Yeah, basically. One time I got pulled over and my truck didn't have AC. The AC is busted, so it's hot and it's the summertime. He's like, "What's going on? Right? What are you doing over here in this neighborhood?" I was like, which I get asked that a lot. Like,
are you lost?
And like the crazy part is like it wasn't even like a super nice area. It was just like a Wendy's parking lot.
He's like the apartment buildings are that way.
Yeah, I was like,
I don't know what your ass is doing over here.
Place. It was like a cremation center, right? Like I don't know.
So what happened?
So he's like, and this is like the summertime, midday, and he's like, "What are you doing over here?" And I'm like, I pretty much like live around this area. And he's like, "You want to explain why you're in the shade?" And I was like, "Because I don't have AC." And then like there was two cops. There was like this lady cop and then like this dude cop. But the dude cop was like just being a dickhead. And he was the guy that was kind of like really making me nervous. And because she was asking me all these questions, and he would ask questions like, and he'd be like, "What are you sweating for? Why are you sweating so much? What are you hiding?"
He did.
Yeah.
Be so for real. He said that.
I swear to God. After I told him that the AC wasn't working, and it's like
it's hot as fuck.
This was like one of the first times I got smart with a cop. I was like, "I just told you my AC doesn't work, and it's 95 degrees. So yeah, I sweat when I'm hot. Like, what do you want me to do?" And he was like just in the window, like he had his hand on his gun the whole time. And I wasn't doing anything. Like I was just driving to go to Wendy's, And then so then the cop left, and like they end up like he's like real fidgety, just like she was cool, and they let me go. And then afterwards, I was like, phew, these plates are not mine. I was like,
didn't you get caught for fictitious plates one time?
I did.
Oh my God.
I did one time when I was young. Yeah, I got caught fictitious plates.
Why were you such a troublemaker?
That one was an honest mistake. I think I got some license.
So for real.
I got some license plates mixed up. I just got a new truck, and you know, I just kind of like I had an Accord, a Honda Accord, but I sold it. But I had the plates, and I was gonna put them on my truck. And then I like just got them mixed up. Accidentally put the.
You got them mixed up?
Yeah. Also, I didn't have proof of insurance. I did have insurance, but I didn't have the proof of it. So I just had to go to deal with that.
Okay.
And then one time I got.
Oh my God.
Pretty much, and anytime I get pulled over, if there's like a girl in my car, they just pull the girl out. And they like ask the girl like if I'm hitting them or.
So has that happened with somebody else besides me? Why are you saying when I have a girl like?
Yes,
who
I told
else?
you this.
Who else?
I've told you this.
Tell me again.
I told you this.
I forgot.
Yes.
When?
Oh, way before I met you, obviously.
Mm-hmm. Okay, tell me about it. Don't we want to hear
thing.
about it? Let's hear about David's other
driving.
girl, bro.
Okay, I was driving. There was a girl. Girl got pulled out the car. Same thing. Asked if I'm hitting them, where I keep my drugs. Like, blink twice if you're scared. Like, all kinds of crazy shit.
You know, I really didn't believe your interactions with cops until I started seeing it for myself. And I think, like, the first time we were looking a little suspicious, all right? But let's just remember, we really did not have shit when we first met each other. And my mom was staying at my apartment downtown. We shared an apartment. And I wasn't about to bring my boyfriend there, obviously. So we would spend a lot of our time at parking rides. Just parked there all day in the car, just hanging out.
Just yep.
So we started making this a habit. We would go to Wendy's.
And the cop's like, you were like,
we would go to, I know.
What?
What? We'd go to Wendy's. We'd take our asses over there, and we'd be there for hours. This cop pulls up. See lights behind my car. I'm in my little Scion TC.
Like, not again.
I know. He's like the same cop. He's like, maybe that's why. Maybe they recognized you.
Like, this fucking guy. I'm gonna get him one day.
So they pulled me, and they were like, I'm in the driver's seat, David's in the passenger seat, and he was like, just stay calm. And he was like, fuck, and I was wondering.
They're gonna take you out of the car.
You were like, they're gonna take you out of the car, and I was like, I should have asked, how do you know? But I didn't have enough time because I was scared. So I was like, they're not going to tell me to get out the car. I was like, whatever, David. I was like, it's fine. I got this. I've been around cops before because I used to, work at the courthouse. You just got to be, strategic. So
and keep in mind, I have no criminal record, by the way.
Yeah, no.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so there's no.
That's what saved you.
Reason. Yeah, like if I had I can't even. That's why I be tripping out. Like I got friends and stuff that have like real criminal records, and I was like, I can't, and they got tattoos and shit. So I'm like, I can't even imagine the shit you guys.
I don't know. It kind of looks a little suspicious that you got caught with fictitious plates, baby. I don't know.
All right, I'm not
people that with fictitious plates usually ain't up to good stuff.
I'm not like Frank Abagnale on Catch Me If You Can, where I'm just like intricately making fake license plates and like
soaking shit in the bathtub, getting the logo
taking
off
labels
of
off of like Snapple jars and shit.
So they come, and sure enough, the guy, there's two of them, and they lean down, and they look all in the car, and they were like, what are y'all doing? And thank God we weren't doing anything yet. And so we just had our food, and I was like, hey, we just got here and ate. And he was like, you can't be parked here. And he just looked over at David, and he goes, ma'am, can you step out of the car real fast and come talk to me real fast? And meanwhile, the other one came around the other side of the car and had David roll down the window, was talking to David. So they separated us. He takes me back to the trunk of my car, and he sits there and puts his hands on his hips and was like, so how do you know this guy? And I was like, what? I was like, he's my boyfriend. And he was like, right. Okay. So what exactly did he make you, come here to see him? Or, how come y'all are just sitting out here? Are you safe? And I was like, no. I was like, I was like, dude, I'm fine. I was like, we just have crazy living situations or whatever. And he was like, So I want you to be honest with me. He was like, you know, we're here to help. If you need anything, you can just let me know very discreetly, and you know, we can get you. Does he, you know, is there any abuse happening? And I was like, do you not know, David? Absolutely not.
I didn't realize like a parking ride was like the spot you go to.
Nah, you cannot. Well, I didn't realize how they were cracking down on people apparently, because he was like, we got a lot of people coming over here and doing, you know, illegal things in the parking lot. And I was like,
go, that's it, bitch. Get in the parking ride and beat your ass. Like what?
So I had to literally convince him. And it took a lot of convincing. I was like, by the end of it, I was like, sir, if we're not doing anything wrong, you know, I can just get out of here.
Right?
Yes, if we had any drugs in the car, right. And if he had
not
the
even
opportunity,
that, like, where does he keep them?
Yeah, if he had the opportunity to pull David out, would he find anything on David? And I was like, sir, no, absolutely not. I was like, but you know, I'm not giving you permission to search my car.
On the other hand, whole different story.
Man, you ain't got to do my baby like that. And then, okay, so that was one moment. But then what the ridiculous moment, and I think was like the most ridiculous, was when we were living downtown, because he did eventually, we moved in together. And he left at ass crack of dawn.
Yeah,
I mean, it was still dark outside.
It was scary, but yeah.
And so he would always get up way earlier than me. And he gave me a kiss and left. And he left for work and okay. And I wasn't even up for the day. The next thing I know, I'm getting a call. Babe, I'm late for work. And I was like...
Here's what was funny about it, though. I had been getting in trouble at work because I'd been late a lot. And it was like, one more time. And I was like, swear to God. I was like, okay, all right. So next day, I'm like, I wake up a little bit early. I got like my gym bag.
Yeah, he was all like, you know, determined.
And it's like really early in the morning. It's like 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. Still dark. So I'm walking out. And as soon as I step onto the sidewalk from the apartment building, it's like, boop, boop, like this cop car just cuts me off, like hops the curb.
Oh my god!
Like they both get out. I'm like, whoa. They're like, get down. Like, show us your hands. I'm like, all right. And maybe put my hands on the hood. They're like, what are you doing out here? I was like, I'm just going to work. And he's like,
my god,
what are you doing in this neighborhood? I live here.
They had David pull out his keys.
Yeah. So I'm like, yeah, they made me like prove that I lived there and shit. I was like, man, what the fuck? And they're like, I was like, what is going on? They're like, what do you got in the bag? I was like, some underwear and stuff.
Deodorant?
Yeah, I was like, wait, why? And he's like, you just have a lot of reports of robberies in the area and you fit the description. I was like, oh, no way.
You don't say.
No way.
I get that a lot.
Just like, yeah, Mexican guy with the black hair, goatee, wearing a hoodie
and work boots
and a beanie. I'm like, it is 20 degrees out here. It's December.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm gonna be wearing a beanie and a hoodie, man.
What are the odds? That has to be so scary.
I think
that one was fun. It's a sport now.
Like one time I got pulled over and I was driving to work and I was flying, which by the way, it was kind of hard to like convince my boss that like I was late to work because of racial profiling. Like, where the fuck you been? I was like, man, you're not going to believe this.
For real.
So, one time I was flying. I was like 18 years old. And I was working out in the middle of nowhere, like eastern Colorado, on this oil refinery. Not even that. It was like anyway, it's not important. But I'm like just flying down like this country road. I'm going like 90 miles an hour.
Oh my God, David.
It's just pitch black. There's nothing out there. Like, I'm just flying. And so fucking all of a sudden I see another car coming this way. And I was like, oh shit. So I just slam on my brakes, just assuming it's a cop. And I'm sure shit just turns around, lights flash. I was like, oh my God. The speed limit on this road is like 45. But it's like 5 o'clock in the morning. Pitch black. There's nobody out there. There's nothing out there. It's just fields. Just fields for miles.
Oh, hell no.
No houses, no nothing. So I'm just flying down that
Babe,
bitch.
what the fuck?
I was running late. Like,
of course.
So then I get pulled over. And it's early in the morning, dark. And a cop pulls me over. He's like, no, why I pulled you over? I was like, yeah, because I was speeding. Which this wasn't the time. He didn't ask me what I was doing. Which I was really surprised.
It made sense to him, I think.
Like, out here in the fields.
Yeah.
Where you're supposed to be.
You got work.
So he's like, I caught you speeding. I was like, yeah, I was speeding. It's like, I caught you doing like 60. I was like, phew. Speed limit's 40.
Ooh.
Like,
David, you were like, that's before I hit that gas pedal, homie.
I was like, so you caught me when I slowed down.
Yeah.
So then I was like,
caught me when I saw you.
So he's like, all right, give me your license and registration. So I'm like, all right, cool. So it's late. I just pull out my wallet and I'm like scared. I'm like, oh my God. I give him my license. I give him the registration, my insurance, all that shit. I'm all set, squared away. I got proof of everything this time. I'm like,
can't catch me riding dirty. I got this.
So I'm like, and he goes, this isn't going to help you. And he hands me back my ID, but it wasn't my ID. It was my debit card.
You handed the cop. You were so nervous.
I handed the cop my debit card. And then the cop goes, this isn't going to help you. And I don't know why in my head, I was just like trying to play it off like it was intentional. I was like, well, that's too bad. And he laughed. And because I made the cop laugh, he's like, just give me your license and I'll let you out of here. So I gave him my license and he let me go, all because I made him laugh.
Well, maybe that's your way to deal with it. You'll always,
just give him my debit card. Next time I do it, they're like, get out the fucking car. Try to bribe us.
For somebody who has so many interactions with the cops, why would you even go 90 miles per hour? Anywhere.
I was really young. I hadn't had that many interactions yet, That was probably lying? Like...
Was it like the fourth or fifth one?
Yeah, that was one like this.
Okay. The worst one for me, the worst one was when, oh man, I was having issues getting my registration for my car at the time because I was broke as fuck. And so I was waiting for my next paycheck and my shit went out. Like I even went through my grace period for like my registration stickers. And so I waited it out and I had been fine. And then of course, the day that I have Julian in the back of the car, I get pulled over, and I didn't get pulled over by one, not two, not three, not four. It was 5 of them on motorcycles together. And I was like, why are there so many of y'all? They pulled up behind my car, and they took forever to get off of their motorcycles.
El Chapo or something.
Dude.
And like, we got him.
I'm trying to talk to Julian. Julian's so little. He was like 6. Yeah. He was so little, and I was like, oh my God, like this is the worst. Like when, your man's like entrusts you with his child, and like I was like, fuck. And Julian was like, is that the police? And I was like, yeah, baby, it's okay. It's going to be fine. So like they all come up to the window, every single one of them. Not one of them stay behind. And it's just me and Julian. And I rolled down the window, and they were like, your registration is like beyond past due. And I was like, I am on my way to go. I was literally on my way.
They were doing like a training exercise. Like, we'll show you how you guys ever gather around and show you how to racially profile somebody. Like, just real life interaction. Like, you guys, everybody can see.
The worst thing, babe, is that I was on my way to go get the stickers.
Like how doctors watch in on like surgeons. You know
yeah, I mean? I was okay. Well, I looked stupid, and I was just like, I was on my way. And what saved me is I had an appointment at the DMV, and I was like, I'm going there now. I was like, I'm so sorry, and I was like, I didn't have the money for it, and I'm so sorry. And they were like. And they let me off with a warning. They looked at Julian. They didn't give me a ticket, and they let me off with a warning. They were like, just get there safely. The nearest one is right there. And I was like, yes, sir. But Julian, y'all, he told on me that fast. You got pulled over today. And David was like, what happened? And I was like, bro, I'm so sorry.
Julian made it sound like you went off on the cops. He was like, man. She was like, man, fuck you guys. I don't got to show you shit.
Whatever. By the end of it, they were laughing. So,
yeah, well,
But I was scared.
Yeah,
I don't know why there were so many of them.
Yeah.
But I did have to
scary, man. Even if you're not doing anything, cops are scary to me. One time I got pulled over.
Oh my God, David, the amount of time.
One time I got pulled over, and okay, so I went and got a new car. I traded in my truck, and I was going to get a new car. It was like a Hyundai. It might have been like an Elantra or something. It was cool. It was a cool car. And I got it. My dad, he's like, my dad was going to be a car salesman. That's what he wanted to do. He was like, let me go. He's like, I buy cars all the time. He's like, I'll show you the ropes. Oh my God. So I'm like, all right, cool. So, I'm like, all right, so we test out this car. He's like, get it. I'm like, cool. So I get it. I have it for the weekend, showing it off. And all of a sudden I realized, I'm like, man, the AC's on, and this is kind of blowing hot. So then not only that, I'm like, where's the AC button? Oh. There's no AC in this fucking car. And it's the summertime.
What is with you and ACs and the car is not working in the
There
summer?
was no AC. There's just none. There was no AC in the car at all. Like it didn't.
This car just existed.
There never was an air conditioning unit in this car, ever. Never. It just didn't have it. It wasn't born with it. That's how it was.
What?
Yes. And so
I've never heard of that.
Neither have I. Neither did I.
I've never.
So I called the dealership. I was like, "Hey man, you guys know you guys sold me a car without an air conditioning."
Sold me.
And they're like, "Yeah, it doesn't have one." I was like, "You didn't fucking think to tell me that?" They're like, "You didn't ask. Why the fuck would I have to ask if a car has an air conditioning in it?"
Who wouldn't notice that it didn't have air conditioning? That's one of the first things that you're supposed to check.
Well, I check now. But who thinks about that when you're buying a car? You're like, does this have AC?
Why did your dad catch that?
That's what I said too. And I was like, it was like asking, like, does this car have a windshield? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like that should just be part of a fucking car.
And that was the last time David had his dad come car shopping with him.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck, man? He was like, oh yeah. He's like, I didn't know. I was like, what do you mean? I was like, I didn't even know that it was possible for cars to just not have an AC in them, period. Like, I've been in like...
I didn't know that either.
My mom used to drive like fucking some shitty ass hoopties from like the 60s that had air conditioning in them.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't have anything else, but they had they didn't have no seat belts, but they have fucking air conditioning in them.
That's so funny.
You know?
Yeah.
So then I was like, so when I called them to tell them about that, and I was like, you know what? Take this car back. And they're like, you know what? We're going to call you anyway to bring this car back because you didn't get approved for the loan.
They said that for real? Oh my God.
And I was like, good, bitch.
Come get your raggedy ass car.
So then I take the car back, and they give me back my truck. My truck still has like the, you know, like the price that they put on there with like on the windshield. So I'm driving off there like, there's like, and what made me mad is like the value they gave me. We'll give you like $100 value for this truck on the trade in. They're selling it for like $1,500. So I drive out. So anyway, I forget to put my plates back on. God. This was all like, I had that car for like a day.
Oh my gosh.
So then I'm on my way to work, and my uncle's riding with me, and I get pulled over because I'm in the HOV lane, and cop pulls me over. He's like, you know, you don't have any license plates. I was like, oh shit, you know what? It's in the back. I got it. So my dumb ass, I like go to open the truck, forgetting that I'm not white. And like the cop's like, I was like, oh shit, I forgot. He's like, yeah, you know. I was like, I know, my bad. That's on me. That is on me.
That's on me.
Yeah, that is on. I totally forgot.
I know better.
I totally forgot about that. That's on me.
I know my place.
He's like,
yes.
yeah, all right, yeah, get those fucking plates on.
Shutting the door.
He did. He fucking like, just like, whoa. I was like, oh shit.
Was it your Uncle Jake that was with you?
Yes.
Was he like, are you crazy?
Yeah,
are you dumb?
he was. He's like, what are you doing?
He's like, why the fuck would you do that?
Yeah, why would you do? You know, I was like, I know. Okay,
I could just hear him saying that too.
He's like, that was dumb.
I
was like, yes, I'm aware. He's like, you would have got shot and then by a cop on your way to work. I was like, well, at least I would have got the day off. That would have been nice.
Aww.
Send me some gas money. So we're driving all the way down to DTC.
Oh my God.
That's when I got kicked off that job at AT&T. That was fun.
Okay, well, with that, you guys, we're going to go ahead and sign off. Thank y'all so much for coming and chilling with us for this very random and everywhere podcast. But we hope that we are providing some A+ entertainment for your day on this fine Monday. Thank you guys so much for being here. And, of course, you know, y'all already know what to do in the comments. Let us know your thoughts. But we'll see you guys next week.
Peace.